Last Saturday, history was made in the 250 class.
Cooper Webb is going to finish the Moto third, and that will be enough to wrap up the 2016 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship in the 250 class.
As Cooper Webb and Yamaha celebrated the championship, Zach Osborne earned his first career overall win and ushered Husqvarna the top step of an AMA podium for the first time since 1976.
And for the first time in his career, Zach Osborne has won an overall in professional motocross in the United States.
In the 450 class, Ken Roczen once again dominated the competition and captured his second 450 national title.
And no doubt, he is a worthy 2016 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross champion.
The final round of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship gets underway from Indiana right now.
Just west of Indianapolis, Indiana, it's the final round of the 2016 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, Crawfordsville, Indiana's Ironman National. Time for the Lucas Oil race recap of our first 250 moto here from Indiana. Austin Forkner out front early. Cooper Webb tips over, and just a bad spot here. He's got his right leg stuck under the bike in that rut, so it took him a while to get going. And then Adam Cianciarulo has a brief tip over as well. This track's pretty tricky, but Webb would make the best of a bad situation. He starts coming through in a hurry. First, you have Alex Martin. He'll fight through both Cianciarulo and Savacci. That'll move him up to third for a while. Watch Alex here on the outside. Just buries that bike hard under power. But then Savacci would get him back. But they were all behind Forkner. Goes off the track briefly. Nice little save. Holds on to the lead, but actually continued to extend it from there. The real question was not who was going to win it. Forkner had it under control. He was really for second and third and fourth. Savacci gets back around Martin. Now here's Webb from way back trying to get Martin for third. So close, but ends up tipping over. And Webb would actually end up fifth in that moto. Tonis would get him after he picked himself up. So a good run for Tonis for fourth. Forkner unchallenged in this moto. The 17-year-old from Missouri. That's the first time he's ever won one of these first motos. Could portend well for a great afternoon for him. Here are the results of the moto. Like I said, Tonis sneaking in there as Webb got up, took the goggles off. Tonis gets by him for fourth. That could loom large in the overall. And that's the rest of your top 10. Mitchell Harrison putting yet another Star Racing Yamaha in there. Osborne 11th after the win last week. Brad Taft just getting his pro career started, a solid 12th. Here's a Lucas Oil race recap. Forkner and Plessinger battling it out. Now Plessinger had the early lead, then had this near crash, and that allowed Forkner to get the #1 spot. Two youngsters battling for the lead, so you know what that means. You're going to have some speed, but you're also going to have a few mistakes here and there. Now Forkner has a mistake, and that almost cost him the overall. Yeah, that left side, that handlebar lever, the clutch, he's got to make sure that's pulled in so the bike doesn't stall. So it makes it very difficult to pick the bike up, and he loses some ground. Plessinger goes on to take the second moto win, but he struggled to 8th in the first moto, so no chance at the overall for him. I believe he will get second, yes, when we total up the overall points, and Webb ends his 250 career with a solid podium performance. We're going to end the year like this. Forkner, 4th in the series. I believe for any of those pure rookies that started the year as a professional at round 1, I think that's the best overall result in points we've ever seen for a rider in that situation.
And he was a couple points behind Savacci, who was a title contender. He was leading the points.
Savacci did not finish the second moto the third week in a row. Next 450s. There's really not much to say except, yeah, another checkered flag for Ken Roczen. He led everyone across the whole shot stripe and led all the way to the finish. And gets another victory. We'll show you the results here. Justin Barcia rode very well, end up second in the final margin of victory, only 6.1 seconds. Tomac wins the battle with Buscan for a podium, and Anderson 5th in his first race back in a couple of months.
Here's our race recap from Lucas Oil. Andrew Short on the start line.
Unbelievable. Last race for his career. He's retiring today, and they couldn't get the bike going as he had rear suspension problems, but then they bolted it together just in time for him to get the whole shot. Way to go out, Andrew Short. Now, unfortunately, the suspension still wasn't working, so he's quickly done. But he was smiling all day long. He said, the bottom line is I'm retiring on my own terms. He's not forced out due to an injury or forced out because he couldn't get a ride. So regardless of how the motos ended, he's still a happy man. Justin Barcia solid in second in this one, and then this crash late led to some drama. Took a while to get back on the bike and get it started. Eli Tomac closed the gap. man, Barsha kept digging, and actually did hold Tomac off.
Yeah, really proud of that ride from Barsha. But man, what can you say about this? The number 94, Ken Roxon, flawless just about this whole season. Phenomenal win, goes 1-1. Probably what we may have expected coming into it, but he actually went out and did it.
You can see he's still pretty emotional about it, though, on the podium. It still meant a lot to him to end it going 1-1. Anderson, great run, 5-5 on the day, returning to racing for the first time since June. So he clearly shows that he has not lost much with that time off. Benny Bloss, 11th. Oh, he wanted to finish in front of Nicoletti in this one. Might come up just short of that 5th in points. Here's your overall results. And that battle for second was very important. It was not just second in the moto, but it was for second overall. So Barsha ends the year with 2 straight second-place finishes. That's something to build on. I'm sure he wanted some wins, but at least ended it getting stronger. And that 6th overall today for Nicoletti should vault him to 5th in points for the year. So good job, Filthy Phil.